two video output interfaces, HDMI and VGA. Okay, we have known how to manage the IP channels and how to manage the recording file. Then we will introduce how to check live view and playback on NVRs. When we talk about the live view, we need to know that NVRs has two video output interfaces, HDMI and VGA. So the NVR can supports independent video output, which means different output interfaces can show different channels. Simultaneous video output means NVR shows the same channel at different interfaces. First of all, we need to know, where can we check the live view of NVRs? We provides two methods to view the live view. Live view on local GUI and live view on web page of NVR. We can choose the methods you need according to your requirements. Live view and playback on local GUI can bring higher resolution and more windows, and the function configuration can be more comprehensive. But if you need remote access, live view on web is more flexible and convenient. But you need to know that the access terminal can access the NVR device as long as the two devices are in the same local area network. Then we will show the new things in NVR 5.0, or we can call it GUI 5.0 on GUI 5.0. You can quickly configure default custom view through dragging the corresponding groups, channels, then set the layout, choose the video output, aux CVBS, channel 0, HDMI 1, VGA 1, HDMI 2, VGA 2, in the upper toolbar and save. On GUI 5.0 you can quickly access the PTZ menu from the Live View homepage. This option will only appear in the left menu list for cameras that support PTZ control. Next Live View new application is Event Display. On GUI 5.0 interface, there are 4 types of event list in total: human, vehicle, two-wheeler and event. You can click on the corresponding icons to enable event display. Next, let's check the playback part. First of all is normal playback. GUI 5.0 support in normal playback to play the recording videos by target classification. The target is divided into human and vehicle. When we choose target as human, it contains people in face detection alarm, body detection alarm, motion 2.0 and perimeter event. All the event triggered by these targets can be played on GUI 5.0 with red color in timeline. When we choose target as vehicle, it contains vehicle in vehicle detection alarm, motion 2.0 and perimeter event. Next let's see the new function application in playback, dual VCA search. Which means it supports search video footages by VCA event during playback. But we need to finish the corresponding settings on NVR to achieve the function application in playback on GUI 5.0. First, we need to enable Save Camera VCA Data. Then, enable Dual VCA in web page of device. On GUI 5.0 we can finish the smart search in normal playback interface. We can filter out irrelevant video clips and easily focus on human or vehicle recordings by smart rule triggering. During the NVR playback, users can customize rule box, rule line on the image, and the video records containing human or vehicle that triggered the rule will be highlighted on the timeline, to help users quickly search for records of interest. For example, draw a rule box for retrieval at the location where the doll was lost, and the video of the human that triggers the rule box will be marked in red, which greatly improves the retrieval efficiency. AccuSearch is also a new thing on GUI 5.0. In the massive amount of data, how to find information more quickly. AccuSearch can effectively improve the efficiency of video search. Users can search specific targets of interest precisely with just one click, and then the related videos can be displayed, greatly improving the search efficiency. We can find out who took the doll through Smart Search, and then we can search for the target through AccuSearch, retrieve the places the target passed through, sort by similarity and time, and find that the doll was given to a crying child. Then we will focus on the event playback. On GUI 5.0 we separate the event playback in a page. In event playback, we can select the channels which we focused on, and all the videos with event will be shown as a green dot in the calendar. And we can choose the date we need to check the event recording, which is highlighted in red on the timeline. Besides, we also have a new page called Slice Playback on GUI 5.0. Here we show the interface on GUI 5.0 of Slice Playback. With Slice Playback, after we select the channel and date, the one-day recordings can be divided into 24 parts, 1 hour per part. You can search the event by hour. And each video part can be divided into 60 parts by minute. You can search the event by minute, which is convenient for the user to quickly locate the recording he is interested in according to the thumbnail of the video. Slice Playback allows users to focus on events faster based on time. For example, if a box is lost in the hall, through Slice Playback, the thumbnail can be used to more quickly locate the time period when the box was lost, and lock the suspect more quickly. Next is Sub-Period Playback. It is also easily to understand. With sub-period playback, user can divide the recordings of a channel into a certain number of periods and check the recordings in different sub-periods simultaneously, which can help the user to quickly focus on the recordings that he or she is interested in. You can see from the pictures, we can set the sub-periods as 4, 9 or 16. Well, we have seen all the typical updates in GUI 5.0 for live and playback. Then, let's move to the bandwidth control, which is also very important for NVR work. In this part, we will introduce incoming and outgoing bandwidth, transcoded stream and channel 0. First, incoming and outgoing bandwidth. There are two directions of data going from IPC to NVR is incoming direction, consuming incoming bandwidth. From NVR to remote client is outgoing direction, consuming outgoing bandwidth to achieve remote live view and playback on client software. And the second point is transcoded stream. Usually we use mainstream to do live view and playback, which supports high resolution, high frame rate and high bitrate, providing a good viewing effect. But if we need to do remote view, mainstream won't be a good choice, since it requires too much bandwidth. So if the bandwidth is limited, we can transcode the mainstream to transcoded stream, which supports lower resolution, lower frame rate, lower bitrate, but can provide a fluent remote view even under limited bandwidth. So this is the benefit of transcoded stream. Then next point is channel 0. Channel 0 is a single channel but can combine more than one channel related camera's images in this single channel, thus can save bandwidth. One channel 0 can combine at most 16 channel related camera's images, as we can see here. Okay, so this is about bandwidth control. We introduced what's incoming and outgoing bandwidth, what's transcoded stream and what's channel 0. Hope you have got a clearer idea about how we can control bandwidth. The next function is non-video management. Hikvision NVR doesn't only manage cameras, but also non-video products including access control, intercom, alarm and IP speaker devices. Here we only take the access control device management as an example. You can add access control device to NVR. For video channel, you can recording, live view. For access control channel, you can receive event alarm. From the pictures we can know that on GUI 5.0 in the device access page we have listed different types of devices. We have video device, access control device, alarm devices, audio device and POS device. When you want to add corresponding devices to NVR, remember add them in the right device lists. The last function point is alarm and event. User can set different types of events on NVR. Let's check how to set an event. We need to go to the event configuration page. There are multiple event types: general event, target event, alarm input event, audio event, etc. We need to set event rules, then set arming schedule, at last enable the linkage methods we need and save. Then we finished an event configuration. Well, if the user want to check the real-time alarm notification, he can go to the event display page and check the alarm in real time. Or use the event search to search the historical events and alarms by filtering event type, time range and devices. Okay, these are all the contents for Chapter 2 main functions and applications of NVR. Let's have a review together. The first function we introduced is IPC deployment. So do you remember, what's the usage of virtual host? Yes, for accessing IPC and PC in isolated LANs. The second function we introduced is secure data management. So can you tell the data can be protected from which dimensions? From 3 dimensions, right? HDD, file and system. And for each dimension, there are some technologies. One technology of system security is N+M, right? Here is a question for N+M. One system has 10 working NVRs and 1 backup NVR. If 2 working NVRs get offline, can the system keep working normally? The answer should be no, right? Because 1 backup NVR can only take over 1 offline working NVR at one time. So how can we solve this problem? We can configure more than 1 backup NVR, right? The limitation is up to 32 working NVRs and 32 backup NVRs in one system. Thus we can make a flexible system design based on the requirement. Then after secure data management, we introduced how to do bandwidth control. Here we mainly introduced incoming and outgoing bandwidth, transcoded stream and channel 0. Can you tell, what's transcoded stream used for? It can provide a fluent remote view even under limited bandwidth. And one more question, what's channel 0 used for? Channel 0 is one single channel, but it can combine up to 16 channel-related cameras images, thus can save bandwidth. Then we introduced that Hikvision NVR can also manage non-video devices, and we can also configure various notification ways to notify user once alarm event occurs. Okay, so these are all the contents for the second chapter. Hope you have got a better idea about what benefits we can get from NVR. Then let's go to the last chapter, troubleshooting. Here we will introduce the common troubleshooting steps and 2 troubleshooting cases. Hope you can get a better idea about how to deal with some common problems. First, for troubleshooting steps, here are 3 basic steps. The first one is to collect basic information, and the second step is to locate problem via cross-test, and then we can do some primary debug. For the first step, collect, the basic information usually includes the device information, the probability of problem occurrence, the scale of the problem log and other needed information. Then the second step, locate, we need to locate which device has the problem, and which segment has the problem. Then we can do primary debug, like restart, reset and upgrade. Then let's check some common cases. Case 1, the problem is when installation gets finished and user wants to do live view, channels show, no resource. So what's the reason for it and how to solve it? To do troubleshooting, first we need to collect basic information such as problem screenshot, device basic information, configured parameters. Then, we can try to locate the problem, then to do some primary debug to see if anything changes. Based on experience, the most possible reason of this problem is that the decoding resources of current device are not sufficient to preview the current resolution of all channels. Then how to solve this problem? We can try to modify camera parameters of resolution, bitrate and frame rate. If can't save parameters in some conditions, can delete camera and then add it again after modifying parameters. Case 2, the problem is that alarm notification can't be uploaded successfully. We can also refer to the troubleshooting steps to find the reason and to solve the problem. So what's the most possible reason for this problem? Maybe event wasn't enabled successfully, or maybe notify security center wasn't enabled to be linkage method. Then how to solve it? According to the reason, we can enable event or enable notify security center as linkage method to see if the problem can be solved. Okay, so this is the introduction for how to do troubleshooting. And of course, if you meet some problems which can't be solved by yourself, please remember we are here to support you. Okay, we also gave a workshop for device hands-on practice. Hope you can find a device as we recommended, and try to finish the configuration by requirements below. First task. Add the IP cameras to NVR and check live view and playback. Then, if we want to pre-organize the storage space, what kinds of HDD configuration we can use? Yeah, we need to set the HDD quota mode. Third, set the motion recording schedule for all the cameras and set the motion detection alarm. At last, try to search the NVR's operation log. Okay, that's all contents of the NVR introduction. Hope you have gotten a better understanding about Hikvision NVR. Thank you for supporting Hikvision. See you in next course.